The June 3rd Economic Development Committee meeting is
At 3:05.
at 3:05. Kicked off. Okay, so we're not gonna do the roll call now, or do we do the roll, we wait?
Yeah, you can start with the roll call.
Okay, roll call. No,
Dave is here,
Morrison here.
and we're hoping Dustin will show up
Okay,
soon.
all right.
We hope.
Okay. And public comment, so. Comment. Or do you have a-
Carol, did you want to speak or make comment? No. No?
Yep.
No one on the list.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody online?
Anybody online?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, we're just by ourselves.
No, all right. Well, the previous month's meeting minutes, I suppose then we can. I'm sorry, I'm getting so confused now. So we can proceed with going through the minutes or just see if there's any changes, or do we wait for a quorum?
You can go through the minutes, you just can't get a motion to approve.
Okay,
or
thank
not, 'cause
you.
You need at least a quorum to do.
Okay, okay. I think they were extremely thorough, so I didn't notice any changes besides just, yeah, we can just keep it.
Shorten it.
Shorten it. Okay, so we can hold off then on approving those minutes.
Shorten the minutes. I can
Okay.
do that.
And then, great, so unfinished business. So, we have been talking about our Economic Development Committee, the structure, the schedule and recruitment. And so Carol is here and I'm hoping that we can, discuss her interest in being a part. So we communicated on that a couple of times and, I guess what's the process to,
So Carol got an application this afternoon. Did you
Okay.
receive the email?
I just looked at it.
Okay, so I did send her an application.
Okay.
She would want to fill that out. As we discussed in last meeting, we were wanting to update our resolution to encompass more different people, not so rigid in who can, so
Mhm.
the council is going to be looking into changing, I think, membership guidelines on that resolution.
okay,
And then also the council would approve. I think what we would do instead, committee as a whole would make a motion to approve, once we receive applications, if they wanted to recommend it to council, then it will go to council for approval.
okay. Great. So Carol, do you have questions about what we're attempting to accomplish here in this committee?
I thought this was a downtown association meeting and now I see.
No,
city.
it's the city's Economic Development Committee.
So that's a little different.
Okay, okay. And that's why I don't have text, so maybe that was confusing.
Okay.
Okay. So are you interested in, so there's some crossover with what the Yamhill Downtown Association is trying to do or is
Are
working
you a
on?
Main Street City? Is that why you have a?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm, yep, we're a Main Street City and we're on at the affiliate level, so. Yes, then we're doing that, but this is some also on our Economic Development Committee that sort
And
of
where do your funds come from? Do you have any dedicated funds at this point?
for this committee.
Well,
Just,
for the downtown.
okay, well, I don't know how to answer that. So for the YDA, we can talk about that offline.
Okay.
So I'm not here, yeah, but for the city,
We've gotten grants
Yes.
to help us,
yes. Yes.
advise us,
Mhm.
and specifically, I don't really remember because it's been a couple of years, but we got something like a $50,000 grant to help us with our downtown district and decide how to proceed, help us with our charter, help us with, just everything.
The code,
The
updates to the
codes, yeah.
codes,
Yeah,
yeah. Yes,
So this is for the downtown or for the city?
this is for the city's Economic Development Committee, but what our So I'll give you some history here. So
So does the Downtown Association also have an economic development committee, or is this?
no, this is.
This is it?
Yes, so I'm sorry if that was confusing in my
That's all
text.
right.
Yeah, so the YDA is its own thing, but we do have mutual goals for bringing revitalization to downtown and to, in fact, we've got our the mission of our Economic Development Committee. So we did come up with this when we started, when we reformed, to bring economic vitality to Yamhill's commercial business district and create a thriving community in which to live, work, and play. So we had some members of the YDA, and then Robert, who's with the Yamhill Neighborhood Association, and somebody from the who was on the Planning Commission, start an initial EDC, so Economic Development Committee, gosh, 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years, a little over 2 years ago. So the city council wanted that. They wanted to get some people into,
Well, we
Look
actually
into-
started as the planning commission.
oh, the planning commission did,
We
yeah. not the
started
city,
under
yeah.
the planning commission as an advisory committee to the planning commission.
Thank you, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to come up with suggestions for code updates, for revitalization ideas. And so we started this as sort of an informal, like we were just informing the the planning commission.
Right.
And then when we got our city planner or administrator a year ago, we kind of regrouped and then brought the Economic Development Committee, made it a more official, like, subset of the, meeting here with her. And so now budgets changed, and so we don't have that person anymore, or that role. And so we're proceeding and
We're under actually a resolution R-827 of the city council and the city government. And under section 1, Economic Development Committee, a purpose of the Economic Development Committee is to perform research into economic development questions, consider options regarding economic opportunities, development, and investments, investigate grants, which is IDA, funding opportunities for economic development in the city, recommend code updates to the planning commission, and make recommendations to the city council concerning economic development for the city of Danville. And that's in the resolution itself.
Yeah.
So,
if that is not something you're interested in, then I could totally understand that. But I hope that is clarified.
Well, I guess I'll just be honest. I was on several committees in Salem for this kind of thing, the Downtown Association, the Urban Renewal District, things like that.
Okay,
I'm mainly interested in the downtown. I am not so interested in the city. And the reason why is the city of Salem is really mean. And anytime you raise money for a downtown association, they come in and take it.
take it. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
So I have a real bad feeling about cities and downtown associations working together. So possibly I could overcome that.
mhm,
Um,
okay,
but I just don't trust cities to not just take all the money available.
okay.
So to be clear, I have the minutes of our first Economic Development Committee meeting. January, February, March. May 6th of 2023. That was our first meeting.
So, yeah, I don't know how to answer that, but I don't think there's not. We're separate entities, and so, if monies are raised, yeah, I don't think that isn't an issue here. But I respect what you're
So
saying.
there's an unbudgeted mandate that the city of Yamhill has to do something and they don't have the money for it.
Mhm.
Are they gonna come in and sweep your funds?
No,
How do you know?
from the Yamhill Downtown Association? Because we're a nonprofit organization that's separate,
So are we.
yeah. Boy, I don't know.
It's us.
We don't have access to.
Yeah, that's just-
A separate entity.
Yeah,
So that we don't have access to the funds for the downtown.
and we would have to approve that through a YDA board meeting, you know, that would be a job. So I think that that's not even a concern, but if there's any like hesitancy, then, you know, if you ever want to like volunteer, because what we're trying to work on today or in general, so we have another person who's on the committee, Dustin Joseph, who is, do you know him? He and his wife have a catering company in McMinnville and they live locally. And so he's really interested in just helping like just identify places and ideas is what we're trying to do, like that could be spruced up or you know, encouraged to do things that can encourage businesses want to come here.
How many businesses do you have in the downtown?
We did an inventory of that
According to Angie, we just talked about this, there's
Uh-huh.
22.
and not necessarily
in the
open.
city of Yamhill,
Oh,
within the city.
Within the city,
Yeah.
yes.
Most are within.
do they have to have a business license?
Yes.
How much is that?
It is $100 for the original business license and 75 for renewal.
And who gets that money?
That goes to the city.
So anyway, so what we have done is we've worked on like just kind of did a like a walking tour assessment of properties that are unused, that are available, that, you know, maybe could be, you know, when the codes come into play, you know, that will, you know, be good candidates to get spruced up or better utilized. Anyway, so we're trying to come about this in a positive fashion where we're like, you know, good partners to the city, collaborate with the Downtown Association, collaborate with Robert's, Neighborhood Association, he's the leader of, so, that's kind of the thing, but.
Yeah. We're still getting our feet on the ground because it takes a lot of back knowledge to move forward. We don't want to repeat all the sort of the issues that were previous. We don't want to step on anybody's toes. We're doing our due diligence and it's been an issue. I guess just recently we did a walkthrough through our town. And we actually walked through the whole city looking at the businesses that are no longer in business, the businesses that are still in business. I wrote down all their addresses so we could get a feel for what our downtown actually is and what it possibly could use or need or want. And I think we have done a few surveys.
Yeah, not,
They've done YDA's done a survey, YNA's done a survey. Pam Kirsch, who is our resident Facebook person, has done a survey asking people what would they like here. The city had and I'm sorry, I can't remember the word, a meeting last year with Ross Schultz.
Strategic planning.
Strategic planning, yes.
Doug Rocks, not Russell.
Doug Rux, yes. And that was very informative. He started with a few whiteboards. He wound up with something like 50 ideas.
so a lot of community input.
Lots of community input. Yep.
Yeah,
I'd like to read that.
yeah, and I think that's posted on the city website.
And just recently, they've had a forum of city advisory people that worked with the planning commission to update its city code for development.
Yeah, and that was with a grant that
And
was,
that was another grant that,
yeah. So the timing's great now, because there's, the codes are getting, like, still going through and reviewing those, right?
Yeah, the next hearing is at council meeting on June 11th.
Yeah.
For them to make the final decision on those code amendments, legislative amendments for downtown.
Yeah, you should come with that if you.
because the planning commission did approve with a few changes, the entire 366 pages of our city code, I think it was.
Well, that's not, it's not it's 366 pages that they've made edits to. Our
Right.
code isn't 366 pages,
So,
but specific to downtown, and housing. And I think that. Oh, and a comprehensive plan.
Yeah, and the comprehensive plan. So we're putting one foot in front of the other
mhm.
and need people's input. We're lacking, what was it, 4? We're lacking 4 members?
At least 3. So someone from the city, another community, like,
We're supposed to have 8
Or-
total.
yeah, but that might be wishful thinking.
Yeah, well,
Anyway,
but anyway, our charter says we're supposed to have 8, 7 voters and 1 non-voting outside the city. Well, we're only short, there's only 3 of us right now, so we're short a few people.
Yeah.
And so we could sure use your help if you're willing.
Well, I'm happy to help, but I guess I would like a private conversation to get some background.
Oh, sure.
okay, yeah. Yeah, so it's all, yeah, so forward looking and all that. So
And
Yeah, so we-
have you talked to Kara?
I kind of, she's so busy.
I know.
Yeah, that I think because with the downtown association, all the stuff that you've got going now, I think
Right.
it would be too much for her
Right.
yeah. And I did check in with, I haven't heard back from Kobe of that building somehow, yeah.
And so at the last 2 events that Yamhill neighborhood has been part of, at both events, I stood up there with applications for both planning and economic development, and I said, those who would like to join, if you're willing to devote some of your time, please contact me or reach out to the
Is it hard to
city.
Get volunteers to serve on committees here? Because it's such a small town.
It
Yeah.
is, we are.
Yeah, and it's, and it's from people who actually like live in the city limits, like I don't, but I'm outside the city limits, but we own properties in town too, so we're, kind of, and we're both address hats, so. Yeah, but I don't know, it's tricky, but we're, I think things are turning around and that's good.
And did you
So-
reach out to Dustin?
I did not, I wanted to say that he said he had some plan or something
Oh,
last
okay.
meeting, but
Okay,
I can make a phone call if you would like me to go do
no,
that.
that's okay. I think that's fine.
We can
So-
just bring the minutes forward or anything. we need to
Yeah,
fix it.
yeah, so maybe we should just, because the other thing that I wanted to talk about, but I'd rather do that when we have a full group is, a beautification project, so to partner, so, we had talked about small things that we can do
Yeah.
to.
Flowers.
Yeah, flowers and lot cleanup or things like that, so
Now,
we've got
from-
some ideas about that.
From what I understand, geez, I can never remember their position. Jason, what does Jason run? He runs-
Public Works.
Public Works, thank you. I can't for the life of me remember that name, but Public Works has been watering a lot of the plants here in the city, especially the hanging baskets that have, I guess, recently been put up.
Mhm.
And my last conversation with you was the woman who was taking care of all your plants down below. And you were going to give her some kudos in your last meeting as to her
Yes,
efforts. Did you
Yes.
wind up doing that? And how did that go? And
yeah, I mean, she wasn't at the meeting, so.
Oh, she was?
No, no,
Oh.
and then we also did some other improvements to the YDA, added some more flowers and some of the pots and things.
Oh,
so.
did you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I guess if we just wanna, then I guess maybe just sort of wrap it up here, because I think, I don't wanna waste everybody's time, but as far as the next meeting goes, I will not be here on Tuesday, July 1st. I will be out of town. So,
I will not be either.
okay, so perhaps we should hold off on Is that something that happens, like you skip a month or what's?
We can do that. We can,
We can move it.
skip July and go into August meeting.
Yes, and then maybe we'll have time to come up with, recruit some interested people.
You
Okay,
don't wanna just move it, whatever day works for you?
August 5th.
No,
In
I
July?
don't, no, I think it's okay to, because I'm gone for a whole week and then. I think better just keep our Tuesday. The fifth,
So we
The
doing,
5th of
August
August
5th?
would be the next.
that's what I've got, August 5th, Economic Development Committee.
okay, so then for the resolution, I need to just add those changes and get that before next week's
Yep.
city council.
yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of that information is in the minutes.
Yes. Yes, thank you.
And I specifically put that in there
Yes.
so that it would
Yes.
be, because I told you at that meeting that I would do that so that you would have
Yes,
some
yes,
information to go on.
yes, so I will get that together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And can I get a copy before you submit it to her? so
Oh,
we
yes,
can-
yes, yeah, we can
Work it
work on
over.
that together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it, I'll send it to you and then.
And maybe send it to
Dustin,
Dustin. so-
yes.
So, you know.
Okay. Alrighty then, well, then I guess we,
I can't remember, is Dustin his first name or his last?
his first name.
Oh,
I know, it's hard, Dustin Joseph, not Joseph Dustin. Yeah, okay, so then we have to officially. You didn't move, okay. you want
So I'll make a
motion?
motion, we adjourn at, 3:25.
Record, okay, motion, I accept the motion, meeting adjourned. Okay,